we're trying to get organised. We've had one of those days again. We've got a last few little hives to inspect before we head off down to the hills. Got me blooming little iPad that I do my recording on. I think it's called B Plus or something at the minute. I think I'm using, which is kind of cool. Me and the lad had a bit of an argument about whether a stylus was any good, and it's actually quite a good idea when you've got honey fingers. So got me little stylus happening apparently. Apparently this is about 25 bucks, so you can spend $125. I don't know what that's about. I asked the guy in the shop, how come there's such a difference? Do they not work, the other ones? And he said, no, they're for the people that know how to do fancy drawings or something or other. So if you're an architecture-y person, all I've got to do is go tink-a-dink and push the buttons. So I find this quite good, save me writing stuff down, or as much stuff down in bits of paper, although I've got me bee registration thing and I can't work out how to bloody transfer this information to that, so I'm still going to have to get the wife to write it out, so that's going to be fun for this year. She thought that was a bit blooming annoying, but anyway, that's life. Just as well. Apparently it's our anniversary coming up. Happy anniversary, 33 years apparently. Poor lass, she said she'd be out on parole if she'd killed me, but anyway, here we are. For better, for worse, richer, for poorer, sickness and health, and I think we've done all of the above, so hell, hopefully the next 30 years is a bit more chilled out. Or anyway, it's supposed to be, isn't it? Although then you get all the old people crap, don't you? Anyway, I digress. Anyway, that's just a bit of mundane blooming recording technology, but something that's really cool. Someone sent me this cool blooming beekeeping belt. deBuzz, the beekeepers in paradise from, where the heck, I can't even pronounce it. The young lass is up there, she's got some paradise bee boxes and she's making these cool bee belts. So we'll just give her an untap. Check that out, it's even got a cool little printed little label on there. And we've got a little spiel here about what this is. That's going to try my eyes out, but anyway, at least we're in the sun. Your new beekeeping belt is made from natural chrome and veggie tanned leather. I didn't know you could tan leather with vegetables, but anyway, I'm guessing it's vegetable oils. Chosen for its natural but rustic finish. This leather is also good for moulding into shapes. It's been moulded to take a biro, or in my case, my stylus. Ha ha, but I might put a biro in there as well. It will change the colour with age and take on a well-used appearance. Note, store away from the bush bee man. No, it says store away from moisture and direct sunlight. So, cool. Look at that. And it's called Beekeeping in Paradise. deBuzz. deBuzz is obviously her business name. So we've got a thing for the pens in the side here. We've got a little queen catching up thing if I catch a queen. I want to store her out of the way if I want to do something. And I reckon this is kind of cool. This is why she said it to me in the first place, because I said I got to put somewhere to put my hive tool. And she said, you've got just the thing, you can hang it on here. So let's just get strapped up and give it a cracking go. Tell you what, another reason to go on a diet, make sure this all fits. Where's my hole? I can't see over me fluffy neck. Wild West beekeeping. Hang on, we'll go and get the hive tool and dangle off the edge. She's a bit long, this hive tool. I might have to get a little hive tool. Quick draw McGraw. That'll be cool. Have somewhere to put the jolly thing. What do you reckon? Shall I wear that down the pub? People will say, what are you doing with that? At least I won't forget the jolly thing, will I? That'll be very groovy. Okay. I've moved on from the metho. Although I've still got metho in the back here. Anyway, all of the above works as long as you can get some smoke. Anyway, we're counting down. As usual, the sun's going down and there's still all these jobs to get finished. Blooming hell, I tell you what, it's crazy. We got these last little 6 to make sure they're up to speed for going off to the apples. So you've timed it very nicely to come along for the last little bit. Hello ladies, it's late in the afternoon. So the girls are saying, what's going on? We've had a busy day, what are you doing here? Well, not like them, they're all efficient and nearly ready for bed. I'm just nearly ready to get started. So we'll just take off the super and just see how the girls are getting on down here. This is the engine room, you might say. Have a bit of a peekaboo. We just want to take out this frame that's not quite to the outside edge. So then we can have a bit of a look, have a bit of a start. There's some nice looking bit of brood on the edge. Make sure the boss isn't sitting on this frame. So we'll give them a bit of a rattle off. They look nice. They got a little tiny bit of fresh larvae around the edge. Bit of fresh nectar in the corner. Doesn't look like the boss is there, so we'll just sit that over there for a minute. Just give them a little bit more smoke so they stay calm. They're all ready, finished for the day nearly. They said, golly gosh, what's going on? We're all ready to snuggle up together. Oh, that's a nice bit of pattern. She's a good Daubenir. They look pretty good to me. I can't see her yet, but no perforated cap, so that's good. I'm just going through, just having a look to make sure that they've laid up a bit of fresh brood and they got some nice eggs, and especially that they're not queenless, because that's a real pain if they're queenless this time of year. But at least now it's starting to warm up, they might need to actually get some young larvae or young eggs so they can raise a queen if they haven't got one. But she looks like she's been fairly busy. What you don't want to see is some of the caps of the brood nibbled at, or little holes in it, or a bit sunken or a bit crappy looking. And the other really good sign is when you see the larvae that isn't capped yet and it's nice and white and healthy looking. That's a good sign. And of course, if you see some dangerous stuff, then you've got to get your stick out or a matchstick, or get all bloody sad if you find something bad. If you do find some signs that you're not sure about, you can head over to the AFB episode and see what you're meant to do about that. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Or you get your kit, send it off to the gribbles. These guys have got a fair bit of drone cone, so that's probably not a real good sign for swarming, but still. They do breed a bit of drone cone this time of year. You want to count how many frames of brood you've actually got, because when you do your records in a minute, you'll want to know. You want to be able to put that down, so then when you come back and you check on how your population's going, you'll know how she's laying, whether she's got better or worse. So that's 3 frames of brood. And the brood's getting a bit patchy where it's been hatched out. So she'll come back around here. You can see where she's been laying again in that new section. So hopefully we'll find her here in a minute. But really, ultimately, unless you really want to catch the queen, it doesn't matter if you see her or not. It's really about whether you can see where she's been. If you happen to see your queen, that's all well and good, but if you don't, you just want to make sure you see what the queen's been up to. That's looking good. That's sort of another hatched out lot. Shake them off there so we can see what's going on a bit. So I can't see any obvious signs that anything bad. Not even any chalk brood at the moment, which is normally this time of year the chalk brood sort of tapered off a bit anyway, because they're so blooming hectic. And they've cleaned stuff up, ready to plant. Well, not ready to plant, ready to raise their new young. Are you keeping count? What did I say? 6 frames of brood? Oh, the little bit of honey there. There's a little bit of honey on the outside, a bit of pollen in there, which is good. Not a lot of nectar. There's a little bit on the top stores, but I don't think we'll be harvesting any honey off these girls today. Especially if they go into the apples, we definitely won't get any honey, because all they do there is work and make fruit for everybody to eat. But anyway, that's an important job. One of the many roles our bees serve is pollinating apples and pollinating cherries. Apparently pollinating carrots. I haven't done pollinating carrots yet, but apparently that's the go if you're going to get carrot seeds. So that sounds a bit hectic though. Golly gosh. You'd want a few thousand acres of carrots to have a bit of excitement, wouldn't you? But apparently the honey's not much chop off of carrots though. But anyway, the things that need to happen so the planet can eat. Without bees, there might be a little bit of trouble with the eating department. Try to make sure, especially in the brood box, that you put everybody back where they were, so everybody knows where they were going. Otherwise, you can just imagine if you you woke up in the middle of the night and you went to go to the toilet and you found out you're in your wardrobe, it'd get rather complicated, wouldn't it? So just be a little bit sympathetic to the ladies, because they're in here in the dark, and they've got it all, and plus it'll go back together nicer too, because they've got little bits of bridging comb and all sorts of excitement going on. A little bit of honey upstairs, but hardly much at all. But that's to be expected. They're just starting to build across here, so that's good. Pop them back to bed. Just make sure everything's nice and sealed up. And then we'll go off and pop our bit of deCaux in the Mr. Machinery. And we'll be all good. And on to the next one. Rightio, so now we're going to go there. And we just want to go into our inspection window. This saves you a whole lot of writing. And it comes up with all these cool little windows that you can check off. So we've got, obviously this is our first inspection, so it's just telling me that it's in trouble, but it's not in trouble because we've just looked at it. You know, we didn't see the queen, but we got eggs, larvae, capped, and really good solid. And the colony is probably average to good, I reckon. Maybe we just need another little average to good rather than 3 lines, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And they're reasonably active, and they're aggravated as neutral. I couldn't see any swarm cells, no supersedure cells, and no emergency queen cells. And we've got probably 6 good frames of brood. 1 frame of honey, probably 2 open cap. We didn't find any diseases, so we'll put that there. None found. That's cool, we've got that done. And then we go, and then we've got our little window and we're all good. And then we'll just add another one in a minute. So back to Fox Hill, which is where we are. Save that. And another hive. We're up to number 11 on this particular list. The ladies all look pretty happy in there, all ready to go and make some apples. Woohoo! So we're going to load them up and head them on out. Oh, I'm looking forward to getting up at 3 in the morning and going for a drive. But anyway, at least I'll have some company tomorrow morning. That'll be good. You'll be along for the ride, as well as the cameraman.